Can you read to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Amanda Bright claims she called off her wedding after her fiancé confessed to a workplace affair, then stuck her with the expenses. Jake Menzie says it was a one-time thing, but he still wants to marry Miss Bright.
I see we've got Amanda Bright as plaintiff, Jake Menzie as the defendant. Ms. Bright, you are suing the defendant for $5,000, and you say that he was your fiancé and he owes you the cost associated with a canceled wedding. Tell us exactly why he's owing you this money.
Yes, hi, Your Honor. I'm here today suing him for going back on our agreement that he would pay 50% of our wedding fees. Yeah. So a bit of a background between us. We were together for 2 full years. Okay. A year in, he popped the question, and it was obviously amazing. I was so excited. So then we were heavy into wedding planning, and we got some unfortunate news that he was unfortunately laid off. Obviously a bad time. So I took it upon myself to put at least my card down, my signature on our agreements that I would pay the first 50%. And then when it was due a week prior to the wedding, he would pay the remainder.
So he would reimburse you? Was that the agreement?
So I put the first 50 down, so the deposits, all of that, and then he himself would pay the remainder once.
When it was due at the end?
Correct.
Okay,
yes.
Because by then he would have the money? Is
totally.
That the thinking?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, so you guys had a date, you had venue, you had all these things.
Yes.
How much were you guys spending on the wedding, ma'am?
So we were going to be spending that 10 grand total, so that's why I'm looking for the 5 grand.
Okay, and I assume you've got some proof around this, ma'am?
I do, receipts? Yes, I have receipts, I have everything right here.
Great. Please give that to my bailiff. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see what we got here. I do see a venue. Looks like a beautiful country club. This was understandably, you know, the venue's typically the most expensive part. So this is $4 grand just for the venue out of a $10,000 budget. Okay, so you paid.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I actually misspoke. It was $5,000 total.
Total.
So,
okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, so this is $2,000 though that you had paid.
Yes.
Towards
correct.
the venue. Okay. I see the venue rental agreement. $2,000 as is conditioned, bada bing, bada boom. And I do see that you have signed this, and only you have signed this.
Yes.
Okay. I do see some catering expenses here. Looks like the total was going to be $2 grand. You paid $1 grand.
Yes.
So this is your $3,000 that you're in so far?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And you're saying that he owes you $5,000 for the
full
outstanding.
Well, I want him to pay the full.
You want to pay for the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, the whole reason that we didn't go through with the wedding was, well, he cheated on me and he told me a month before the wedding. So.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Because the math wasn't quite mathing.
Yes.
But now it's starting to math a little bit better. Okay.
Definitely.
So the reason is that he is the reason that the wedding's not happening.
100%.
And you're telling me that we're going to get to you, sir. I know you got something to say. He told you that he cheated.
Yes, he did, 30 days prior to the wedding.
Okay, tell me what he told you, ma'am.
He told me that at his last month of his job, which was forever ago because he got laid off, he slept with his secretary at a conference, a work conference, whatever that means. So he brought that to me only 30 days prior to the wedding. So, what do you do then?
Wow. Okay, so y'all are 30 days out from a already half paid for wedding, and he says this. So at this point, ma'am, is he asking for forgiveness? What is the reason for him telling you?
I think he just wanted to get it off his conscience, but also, like, I really deep down think he just wanted to get out of the wedding altogether.
Okay, let's stop with the speculation and let's hear it from the man himself. Okay, sir, tell me your side of this because this looks real bad for you.
All right. Your Honor, I told her that because I wanted to go into this wedding with a clear conscience. You know, it had been a long time since it had occurred. Honestly,
because it had been a long time since you had been working.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I guess that too. But the indiscretion that we're discussing happened about a year before I actually disclosed it.
Okay. So this was really old news.
It was old news, but it had been eaten up. I mean, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to build.
Had you cheated before, sir?
How was it?
Had you cheated on this woman before?
No.
Okay. And
never.
was this a one-night thing, or was this a relationship with the secretary?
No. It was a one-time thing, and I would never try to do it again. It was eating me up. I didn't want to build our marriage on such a rocky foundation of this like sort of lie. I was lying to myself.
Do you still love her today?
Yeah.
It sounds like you do. Yeah.
I would go through with the marriage right now.
Okay, put a pin in that. Ma'am, do you still love this man?
No,
At all?
not at all.
Okay, so if he popped down on a knee right
No,
now, it's
no.
no bueno?
No bueno. Once a
Okay.
cheater, always a cheater in my mind.
Okay.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
So when did you tell this man that he was going to be responsible for $5,000?
I told him immediately after the fact that this is your fault. You did the cheating. This expense is on you.
And later,
Your ankle was broken
Yes, ma'am.
and it had to be surgically repaired.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are telling this court that you want this man to pay for it because it was his recommendation to have the 2 space heaters plugged up.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Amanda Bright, who brought Jake Menzie to court over the cost of their canceled wedding.
So let's get back to the math here. So at what point, sir, did you realize this wedding is not happening and she expects you to pay for the whole thing?
I realized that she wasn't into the wedding like very immediately.
Okay,
You know,
so she immediately was like, this whole thing's off. We are not getting married and we are through.
Yeah.
So when did you tell this man that he was going to be responsible for $5,000?
I told him immediately after the fact that this is your fault. You did the cheating. You ruined this relationship. This expense is
No,
on
Your
you.
Honor, I was willing to work on said relationship. I wanted to stay together. I wanted to have the wedding. I wanted to pay my half. But now I'm forced to pay for a wedding that didn't happen.
Okay, I hear you, but I don't hear you, right, sir? Because because you're saying that I was still in it, but you have brought circumstances to this woman's door that have deliberately changed her state of mind. You do understand that?
Yeah, I understand. I
Okay.
understand.
All right. So, do you have any evidence, sir, to show the court?
No.
Okay. So this is just I'm going to go on what she's showing. So that's a tall claim. Tell this court why you shouldn't have to pay, sir.
Well, Your Honor, once again, I was agreed with her that pending a wedding, I'd pay the other half of it. Also, you'll probably notice
Did
that...
you have it to pay, sir? Did you have the money to pay if you guys had gotten married?
At that time, no. When we made this agreement where she put her name
But
down...
when it was going to be time to get married and pay the final, would you have had the money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your Honor, can I
Yes.
just say something? When he got into this agreement also with me, he had already cheated. So he went into
so
this
he
agreement
had information
knowing.
that you did not have, you're saying?
Correct. He withheld that from me. So I would have never signed an agreement to marry this man if I knew he had cheated.
Well,
he
Your Honor,
waited.
You'll notice that my name isn't on any of those documents there.
Oh, I did notice it. Yeah, I noticed it.
So I have no contractual obligation to pay anything, really.
Okay, on paper. But did you, you were sworn in under oath in this court by my lovely bailiff here, Mr. Elijah. Did you tell this woman, Mr. Menzie, that you would pay half of the wedding expenses? Did you verbally tell her that?
My ex-fiancé Amanda that I would pay.
And you, Amanda, that you still love today, right?
Yeah, to this very moment.
Okay, so while I appreciate your fine point of the fact that you are not legally bound per these vendor contracts, I hear you.
Huh?
What you are legally bound by is your word, sir. We do recognize the strength of oral contracts in this court. You clear on that?
Yeah, yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
crystal, right. But what I'm trying to tease out between you two is that when you unilaterally, sir, decided to finally admit after a year of holding it in that you had cheated on this woman before even proposing marriage, would that have made a difference? If you had decided to time your confession differently, would we even be here today? And what I hear this woman saying, correct me if I'm wrong, Madam Plaintiff, is we might not be here today if he had told you in a more timely fashion.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have had to go through with the agreements just then. We could have worked on the relationship and that engagement for a longer time before signing the venue, signing the catering, me getting my dress, me doing all those other things that I'm also not even having him pay for.
Right.
And also in this whole thing, I'm losing a husband. Like I'm losing all of that future, everything.
You might be losing a husband. You might be losing a cheater. We don't know yet. Let me ask you this, sir. What do you say about that? What do you say about the fact that had you timed this differently, you might still be getting married to the love of your life?
What I would say about that is that, I don't got a time machine. I don't know how this would have played out in that scenario, but people make mistakes. It's hard to say how people feel in the moment. Things fester, things change. So I'm just here to say that I'm sorry for that indiscretion. And
Don't tell me, tell her.
Amanda, I'm sorry for that indiscretion, and I would love to have moved on with that, is what I'm saying. I wouldn't need to pay this.
This is why he's in sales, because he's charming and he's a liar, because he's painting himself in such a beautiful light, and it's just not the truth.
Okay, I got it. So this is not going to be the love connection that we had hoped for today. I'm clear on that. I believe I've heard enough between the two of you, and I'm ready to make my ruling. Here's the deal. I agree with you, sir. People do make, I'm going to call it a bad choice, because what? We're human, okay? So I want you to be clear today that the court is not condemning you, sir, for a failure of the flesh. It happens. I unfortunately see it in this courtroom every day. But what I am going to hold you accountable for, sir, is the nature of your choice around the timing. Because that's why I spent some time on that line of questioning with the plaintiff. I wanted clarity around, had you chosen to divulge this infidelity sooner, would we be here at all today? And the answer I heard this woman say under sworn testimony is no, probably not. That probably would have afforded her, sir, the opportunity to process, to do some healing. Perhaps you two could have, went to counseling and reconciled and saved what really probably could have been a loving marriage. But, I hear you. You made your choice. You don't have a time machine. You chose to say it when you chose to say it. And for that, though, sir, you're going to have a legal financial penalty. This court is going to rule in favor of the plaintiff in her full amount. I do believe that but for his indiscretion and then the last-minute divulsion of that indiscretion 30 days out from a wedding date, you should not have to pay for that crime. The court finds in favor of the plaintiff for $5,000. That's my ruling.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has ordered to pay $5,000.
Cheaters never win.
I can't believe I'm even here with you right now.
Okay, you've had your day in court. Please follow me. Ladies first.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
She calls and she says, the heat is not properly coming through my office. What shall I do? Okay, and what did you tell her?
I told her that the cheaper option was to get the 2 space heaters.
Okay, what was the other option?
This is Equal Justice. Ruth Ann Patel claims she broke her ankle when she followed her handyman's advice to heat her home office. Edward Hassan says he told Miss Patel to use space heaters, but he's not responsible for her fall.
I see I have Ruth Ann Patel as my plaintiff and Edward Hassan as my defendant. Ms. Patel, you are suing the defendant for $2,034. What brings you to court today?
So I'm suing my handyman for $2,000 because of his negligence. It cost me a great fatal injury.
Talk to me about your injury, Ms. Patel. What exactly was the problem here?
I was in my room, in my office room, where I had my 2 space heaters that was suggested by Mr. Hasek to vent in my room because my heating vent was not working.
This is in your house? And he instructed you to get, you said not 1 but 2 space heaters?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's confirm some of this. Mr. Hassan, is that true? Was that your recommendation?
Yes.
How long had you been operating as a handyman for Ms. Patel?
I would say about a year and a couple months now.
Okay, so you repair, you get paid, it's all good, right?
Yes, usually that's how it goes.
Usually that's how it goes. But this time she calls and she says, the heat is not properly coming through my office. What shall I do? What did you say?
I told her that the cheaper option was to get the 2 space heaters.
Okay, what was the other option?
She had gotten a quote from HVAC guys that was $1.7K to keep her office warm, which honestly I thought was them taking advantage of her. The bill didn't really make sense to me.
Because she was just a woman by herself, you think?
Yeah, I do care about this woman. I do work for her.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
Do you listen to this recommendation?
He did warn me that do not on them for a prolonged period of time.
You said he warned you, so this now becomes important.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Ruth Ann Patel, who blames Edward Hassan for her broken ankle.
So let's see that quote. You have that quote with you
Yes,
today? Elijah, please grab her folder. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So this is from the HVAC and heating services. This is a very exorbitant quote here, but they're doing a lot of work. She really knew what to do. Let's just say what it was. She knew what to do. She just didn't really have the money to do it. So you were called in to see if you could provide a cheaper option. Is that fair to say?
That is fair to say.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
you both agree. Great. And your cheaper option suggestion was to get 2 space heaters.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so do you listen to this recommendation?
He did warn me that do not on them for a prolonged period of time, for a longer period, and I usually hardly use.
We can't rush past this, Ms. Patel. You said he warned you, so this now becomes important.
Yes, ma'am.
What did he warn you of?
Like not to run both space heaters for a long period of time.
Then what happened?
So after we installed those space heaters, 2 days after that, I was about to go to bed. Like it was around 9 p.m. I go and I on my both space heaters, and after 10 minutes, I go and as soon as I on my computer and it's booting, the lights just goes off.
Okay, and when you did that, it short-circuited the whole thing.
When I on my computer and it was booting, it was like on the process of getting on.
Right.
As soon as I did that, the whole electricity of the house went off.
Okay, so everything went pitch black.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I did not have the warning before that this is going to happen. And after that, the lights goes off, and then I couldn't see anything. And I was like, I remember putting my phone somewhere charging in the corner of the room. So now I'm taking and walking in my room to go fetch my phone.
You're trying to get the phone. Let me guess, as you are walking in the pitch black to go get the
Yes, ma'am.
only light device that you could ascertain, which is your cell phone, you take a stumble.
Judge Eboni's verdict when equal justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
So your ankle was broken,
Yes, ma'am.
and it had to be surgically repaired.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are telling this court that you want this man to pay for it because it was his recommendation to have the 2 space heaters plugged up, and that is what caused the lights to go out, you to trip and break your ankle.
Yes, ma'am.
In a nutshell.
Yes, ma'am.
Unfortunately for you, ma'am, you know, you really had the proper solution right here. Okay, when you call the professional, the licensed and certified professionals, and there's a reason that HVAC people make good money. It's because what they do is a hard skill set. It's something they have learned over time, right? So what you really should have done was availed yourself to this $1,735 expense for the professionals to do it. Therefore, I appreciate your claim, Ms. Patel, but I have to dismiss your case entirely. You know, I cannot award you not $1 because you went to an unprofessional, you went to an amateur, and you got an amateur result. And frankly, you are lucky to have survived and not been further damaged or hurt or harmed in the process. The plaintiff's case is dismissed in full. That's my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
Ms. Patel, if you need anything done, I'm just a phone call away. And I didn't mean for it to go this way. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that, and I hope so. Like in the future, when I need some advice, it will be more professional. But thank you so much for your help, and I hope that we do go along in a good way in future too.
Okay.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.